In the summer of 1998, I spent 3 weeks backpacking along the Colorado Trail. One bright, beautiful morning, I reached the summit of a 12,000-foot peak. I dropped my pack, looked up, and realized I felt nothing. Awe, wonder, immense gratitude, nowhere to be found. As I looked out on that 360-degree view, I felt empty. All I could actually feel was despair. What was so wrong with me that I could not feel this moment, to be touched by it? This question felt like the weight of my pack, but a weight I couldn't put down. As a young traveler from Georgia, I had no language or awareness for what I was experiencing. The words embodiment, somatic awareness, or trauma, perhaps even the root cause, had never crossed my path. How could I not feel this moment? This question turned into a treasure hunt and journey of nearly 30 years of leading people ages 3 to 93 into nature to live out the answer to this question. Perhaps you've had a moment in your life when something beautiful was happening. The joy of a child's smile, a mountain view, an inspiring sunset. But you felt nothing. This moment slipped through your hands without touching you, creating a void of disconnection. In May of 2024, the Harvard School of Education, in a nationwide survey, found that 21%, that's nearly 1 in 5 adults, regularly experiences feelings of loneliness. With 65%, that's over half, feeling disconnected from others and the world. What are the potential roots of this disconnection? Our fast-paced, screen-filled lives, traumatic life events, and times when stress levels exceed our window of tolerance. The window of tolerance is a term coined by Dr. Dan Siegel, a pioneer in the field of interpersonal neurobiology and best-selling author. The window of tolerance is that zone in which we can handle what comes our way with clarity and emotional regulation. For many of us, this window has become quite narrow, and when we step out of it, we can begin to close off and disconnect. But here is the good news. There is an ally accessible to all of us that can support you in closing the void between you and the moment you want to connect with. And this ally is nature. From your favorite childhood tree to shifting shapes of passing clouds to the trickling flow of water in a nearby stream. Simply looking at a flower can actually decrease your blood pressure, decrease the levels of the stress hormone cortisol, and even elevate your moods to the positive. Without any effort on our part, nature can support us in returning to a baseline of well-being. However, to close the void of disconnection, we're invited to partner with nature. One of the earliest definitions of nature connectedness came out of Germany in 1999, a year after my profound realization of disconnection. They defined nature connectedness as an emotional affinity towards nature, including feelings of oneness. In other words, it's that deep instinctive sense of belonging in nature, feeling at home in a forest, at peace by the ocean, or moved by the sight of a sunset. With nearly 30 years of leading people in the wilderness, in the natural setting, I have found that we can actively cultivate the conditions to experience this oneness and interconnectedness. We do this by cultivating presence within ourselves, and awakening qualities within ourselves that create a bridge of connection. Let's practice closing the void of disconnection together. Hiking along the West Highland Way in Scotland before leading a retreat on the Isle of Iona, the immense presence, groundedness, and ancient wisdom of this oak tree literally stopped me in my tracks. I was in awe. And now I invite you to imagine a tree that speaks to your heart. Perhaps it's a towering redwood you met in California, or a graceful magnolia in your neighborhood. This will be your practice partner. Let's begin. So, we'll start by cultivating presence within ourselves. If this feels safe to you, I invite you to bring a felt awareness to your body. Feel your feet on the floor. Yes. Perhaps give your toes a wiggle. Feel your body being held by your chair. Notice the flow of your breath as you inhale and exhale. Invite movement to your body in ways that feel good to you. Perhaps roll your shoulders or stretch out your arms. There you go. Give a little wiggle there. That feels good, doesn't it? Hopefully you feel a little more connected with your body. If you don't, that's okay. It can take practice. But this is where the magic happens. You cultivate qualities, you awaken qualities within yourself that create this bridge of connection. As in the first step, this is an invitation. If you choose to accept, I invite you to stay compassionately curious. I invite you to feel the area around your heart. Feeling the center, the front, and the back. Notice subtle sensations. We spend so much time occupying our headspace. This is an invitation to drop your awareness into your heart. Perhaps on your next exhale, invite this area to soften. Now, as I name the following qualities, try to feel them in your heart area. The quality of openness. The quality of loving kindness. And the quality of gratitude. Now, imagine your heart embodying all of these qualities, connecting with the consciousness or heart of the tree that you're wanting to connect with, like golden threads connecting you. This is a feeling practice, not a thinking practice. Notice what arises in your body and emotions as you try to connect. We end this practice by giving gratitude to our practice partner, the precious tree you connected with. This practice is like remembering a forgotten language, one of deep connection. The more we practice, the more fluid this language becomes. And this is important. You don't have to be in the middle of the wilderness to reclaim this kind of connection. Each time you pause and connect with an urban tree, birds at the feeder, or the wind, the void of disconnection becomes smaller and smaller. If I could go back to that despairing younger me on the mountaintop, I would tell her, nothing is wrong with you. You were never taught how to feel the clay of your bones resting upon the earth, or to listen to the soft whisper of trees. The peace and connection you're longing for begins by feeling yourself sitting upon the earth, by feeling the flow of your breath and softening your gaze so you can feel the natural world around you with your heart. You will come to know peace and connection like you never dreamed possible. And this message is for each of you. And I'll leave you with this. As you cultivate a relationship with the natural world and support those in your communities to do the same, a shift will happen. You protect and care for what you love and feel connected with. This is healing for all beings and the earth. Thank you.